hands up. And if you feel the same way, then go and stand up. We're trying to get lit. Cause our week was hard and we gon' let it all go. Like, oh my gosh, get lit. Like tomorrow won't come. Like we celebrate the championship, we done won. I'm lit and ain't no going back. And if you understand that, I might throw it back. We're trying to get lit.
What's up, world? It's your girl, PinkyLee Simone, Charlotte's very own, the princess of the QC. And welcome to The Next Grind. You know, this is your plug for the latest in music, entertainment, and our community grind. Last week, we took a break. What a long week, wasn't it? Did y'all miss me? I sure did miss y'all. I tell you what, I've been gone for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump. Now I'm just playing. Y'all know I don't rap. But I'm going to jump right into these news stories, though, because we got some catching up to do, and I got some opinions about some goings on with the has-beens in the world. Now, I know y'all heard about how Miley Cyrus did that interview, and she said that she was pushed away from hip-hop because it just became too much Lamborghini, Rolexes, and girls on men's, you know, stuff or whatever. First of all, girlfriend, it was like that when you was in them Jordans and them throwback jerseys. Don't act like that for one. Second of all, she gonna say her new album is like going back to her roots. You know, it's like a little country, acoustic, and got a little pop feel to it. Okay, so then she gonna come back and say, of course. She did an Instagram post, and she had some stringy looking hair talking about something. You know, it was taken out of context, and I was there for a long time, and not the whole interview. They only printed a piece of it, and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. She said she's focusing more now on, you know, powerful lyrics and conscious rap, and she's a big fan of Kendrick Lamar. You jumping on that bandwagon? Her publicist told her we was woke now. So they told her to put that statement out so she could be back in. No, don't worry about it. You gonna get your little CMA Country Music Awards, and I tell you one thing, don't let me catch you back at them BET Awards or them hip hop honors. Don't let me catch you. Hip hop, now we're gonna have to be careful with who we start to let in now. They starting to betray us, because now Katy Perry done jumped right on, stole Miley Cyrus's old haircut, and she done went full blast with the ignorant and did a song with Migos. I'm not ready. Y'all see that video when she was there? She said, y'all, I can't, y'all. No, listen, no more. Now, we're going to start doing background checks before we start doing these drafts, and we just let anybody in. She looking for, bye, Miley, we don't care, girl, gone. On a serious note, though, in the news, it was reported that last Monday at an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, England, at the end of the concert, towards the celebration, a suicide bomber set off a bomb at the end of her concert, injured 119 people, and killed 22. Now, it was the Islamic State terror network that has since taken responsibility for the terrorist attack. And the cause of the motive is still being investigated, and we'll keep you updated on that. As can be expected, Ariana was extremely heartbroken, and so she has decided to suspend or cancel the end of her European tour. So our hearts and prayers are with her and the families of the victims. And back with the upbeat, y'all, I changed my mind. I decided that reporting about Donald Trump, it don't bother me no more. Because along with the crazy, insane decisions that he is making, including Trump Care, which he probably don't even qualify for, he be giving me good laughs. I mean, every time I cut on the news, I get me a good hee ha ha. But I ain't trying to like crack my side or nothing, because Lord knows I ain't gonna be able to get no insurance. Thanks to him if I do. But let me tell y'all what I seen. When he landed in Israel, he was getting off of Air Force One, right? So him and Melania, they were walking, right? He tried to reach back and grab Bay's hand. She said, y'all, she ain't want to touch him. And then when they went to visit the Pope, his family was there, his daughter was there. So the Pope, right, he being all cute and classy, he said, you know, he greeted everybody. He greeted the daughter. He smiled at Melania. He see Trump, he say, the shade was real, y'all. Y'all, if y'all ain't seen it, y'all, the shade was real. For this week's Facebook fail, let me tell y'all something. If y'all gonna post throwback Thursday pictures, then it needs to be a throwback. The requirement is at least 5 years old. Otherwise, you can save that for Flashback Friday. I am so sick of y'all posting pictures from last week when you was at the beach talking about Throwback Thursday, hashtag take me back. You just left. I know for a fact you ain't unpacked them clothes and you did not wash them sour bathing suits that you had on when you was strutting your little butt at the beach. What you need to do is just go back. Hell, you ain't go nowhere but murder. Stop doing that, miss. For this week's local spotlight, I want to shout out my city, the 704 to QC. Now, I'm going to give y'all a shout out because we're scheduled to host All-Star Weekend 2019. However, it's 2019. So I'm going to stay humble right now with a good capital U, and an M too, because that's plenty of time to mess it up. I swear for Lord, if we don't get All-Star and I don't get to be famous around here, I'll tell you one thing, I'm gonna be so pissed. I ain't gonna move to Atlanta, I ain't about to do that. But shout outs to y'all. Do y'all watch the Carmichaels show? It come on NBC and it come on Wednesday, so it's gonna premiere tonight, season 3 at 9 p.m. The writer is Gerard Carmichael, and he's a comedian, and he's from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, but the show is set in Charlotte. So, you know, I love everything 704. So I'll be watching. I had to catch up, though. Like, they don't advertise it the way they do the other shows without the shade. However, I'm going to put it on so y'all watch it, because I'm going to be watching it. Karen going to be watching it. If she'll shut up. She talks so much during TV, y'all. But y'all watch it. Hit me up on social media. I might live tweet or something. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But it's in Charlotte, though, huh? So y'all know that Karen is working on her mixtape, right? So she told me that if I do not interview her favorite producer, she was gonna quit. So here he is, Karen, Mr. A Major. Thank you for coming to the next grind.
Thank y'all for having me.
How you been?
I've been good.
So first of all, I want to say congrats on your spread in Brash Magazine.
Appreciate
How
that.
did that come about?
There's just a little thing called Part of My Grind that I'm a part of.
I haven't heard of that before.
Yeah, they doing their thing. They reaching out on behalf. There was Brash Magazine they was able to get in touch with to feature me as a spotlight on their online magazine. So I'm really looking forward to that coming out. Hopefully, the word about A Major kind of spread a little bit more. Maybe some more people can find out about who I am and what we're doing. So
a lot of people represent for independent artists. So for those who didn't get to check your profile out on partofmygrind.com, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a producer, engineer, DJ, sound guy, anything musically, musician, songwriter, artist. I don't really kind of look at myself as an artist right now because I've been really focusing on a lot of producing and engineering, but I guess I would say I'm still an artist. But all those things kind of wrapped up. I've always been drawn to music as a child and really kind of just been my thing. So growing up, going through school, joining the band, and it really, me and a couple of friends, we were just those kids in the back room, listening to the cuts on the radio, just freestyling back there, and literally that's just how organic it was, and it kind of grew from there. At a young age, by middle school, I kind of started buying equipment and taking things, and so I'd say probably 12 or 13, I kind of had a studio put together to where we was actually recording.
Big thing.
And making tracks. I rapped, did things there, but I was really kind of more the guy that kind of focused on making a final product of, if we wanted to call it that at that time, something to kind of get finished. So I was kind of the ones that was always trying to figure out what can we do to make this work, how can we make this sound, and that evolved to me just over time, just purchasing new equipment from different places, and to the point to I was able to really start honing in on the craft and taking it to the next level. So
you already answered my next question earlier. So you're an artist, DJ, producer, but I see your comfort zone is more behind the mic.
Yeah, I I'd probably say the past probably 8 years or so, I really kind of just steered away from being on the front side and kind of really just honing in on who I am, you know, what my purpose is and what I want to do. I was in a group for a while, and we kind of had our own thing going on by the time that we were kind of coming to an end with that. And so I just kind of built the studio from there and really kind of just focused on producing and engineering. And that I always felt was my strong suit, because I feel like I have like an ear for things that other people can't hear. And I'm a visionary. I'm very creative. So when I have a connection with the artist, or we're in a session, I'm able to kind of orchestrate and put things together and to bring in what they're adding to it and what they had in mind, and then just adding more ingredients into it.
You know how to make the magic happen.
And put something together. So I really felt really comfortable with that, because I really enjoyed it. I really like having my hands on and really being able to produce, what's actually going on in my head, and being able to take a vision that someone's given me, say, look, this is what I want to do, this is the sound I'm looking for this project or whatever it may be, and be able to take that and give it to them above and beyond what they were expecting.
So, love it. Yeah. So, most people want to be stars and in front of the camera, and you like being behind. So who are your biggest influences in the industry?
In the industry, I mean, growing up, I was always really kind of, it's kind of a cliche, everybody always says Dre, but
mega producer though.
Right. I wasn't ignorant when I was young to some of the more in-depth things in the music industry. I was kind of always really in tune to some of that stuff. So I looked at Dre not just as what most people saw them back then, as just, maybe a rapper that some of the guys that are my age just saw him as.
Right.
So I really knew that he orchestrated this whole movement and everything he did, and just always definitely been one of my icons that I always look to. Timberland, he's a legend.
Yeah.
I like Timberland because he is just big in the rap game, but also like he is not scared to color outside the lines.
Right. Exactly.
I kind of identify with that because I'm known for doing some really great like trap and hip hop beats, but I'm very versatile. Like I like doing other things, and in most of the circles and most of the places where I'm at right now, it's just very heavily saturated with hip hop and rap. So I like to be able to look at other people who stepped out when it wasn't where everybody was going, or wasn't trending at that time, to be able to create something that is still being played to this day. So I definitely admire him for that. And I can't really say too many new producers, man. There's a lot. I don't want to say that there's some that I really don't follow or look to as influences, but I feel like my influences comes from just doing day-to-day life and just being, even here, this interview, my drive up, just my day-to-day things that I see, things that I hear, just all that combined brings where my creativity is birthed from.
The soundtrack, right.
Exactly. So any song that I put on the radio, whether it's country, hip hop, rap, if I may hear something that inspired me to take that and completely move into a whole nother, direction. So I don't shut off my influences. I'm being constantly influenced.
Good, because the crossover thing is the thing to do now. Like not many are just staying in one genre anyway. Yeah. So up to now, what has your journey been like so far? Like, what's your greatest accomplishment?
My journey this far. I've had good times, I've had bad times. I definitely say it's been a grind. Definitely got to give shouts out to my wife, because when my transformation really began, she really kind of came in when I was at the lowest of in life, not just in my music career, but just in life in general, and just kind of really in a dark place. And that's really when we began to kind of cross paths. So she was able to really kind of come in and sit in there with me and see me through that whole ordeal, and love me and stay by my side till I got to where I am today. So definitely got to give big shouts out to her. But this journey has been it's been a learning experience. I would say that there's been a lot of things that I wish would have went better, or things I would have went about differently. But at the end of the day, I can say that if I had to go back, I'd probably do a lot of the same things the same, because it's kind of really created who I am now.
Right.
and I just take those life experiences and and use them to grow better as a person, and also kind of use that to be more business structured in my music and what I want to do to how to advance my career. So I still got a long way to go. I won't say that I got it down pat and I know everything yet, but I've learned a lot, and I take some of those experiences and apply them on a day-to-day basis to kind of help me avoid some of those pitfalls. Yeah. But definitely moving forward and keeping a head up and my eyes open for what's next.
You know better, you do better. Yeah. So what is next for A Major?
What's next? Well, it's been a busy year so far. I've done about 5 albums since January 1st. Okay. So we've been working in the studio. But I think that now, as I got a party that I'm DJing this weekend for the last album I just finished for that release. And I think that's going to be pretty much it for the month of May for me. I've been going nonstop. So I think I'm going to take some time and sit back and kind of spend some time with the family. And, kind of just, shift my focus to see, how I'm going to come back out. I kind of got some ideas up my sleeve about what I want to do.
Some things you're working on.
Some things I'm working on. You may or may not be seeing a series of EPs coming out from me. Stay tuned to Part of My Grind if you want to know more information about that. We'll be making some things happen, but the music is going to continue. That doesn't stop for me. I'll continue engineering. I'll continue producing. And continue to come up with some creative things. One thing I definitely want to put some more focus back on now that I'm kind of slowing down out of the madness is AMP, my nonprofit that I've been working on for the past year. It's AMP, it's AMP, we call it AMP, and it stands for A Major Progression. And it's pretty much a music outreach program for middle school and high school students. And what the goal and what the mission is for that is to take kids that grew up like I did that are not athletic, not really into sports, or not into those things. And if we look around, there's most of what is offered outside of school for those age of students is sports related. So, I want to offer something, an alternative that's music involved for the kids that have a passion for music, because for me, there was nowhere in that vein that somebody had something like that for me to do, and then that left a lot of spare time in my hands and allowed me to make a lot of decisions that could have been avoided and get down some roads that could have been avoided. So I want to be able to step in kind of like a mentor big brother program to reach out to students of that age and troubled youth as well, to be able to be mentors, but also bring the music aspect to them. So not only are we giving you something to do that's positive and it's fun and it's something that you're interested in, but these are things that we can take and actually start helping train kids that want to grow and maybe become a profession in one of these fields, and kind of help jumpstart them to a program like that. So there's a few different programs I'm wanting to offer, so I'm definitely going to get back to that. We had a couple of events that we did last year. I didn't get a chance to do one this summer that I planned, but definitely getting back to the books and working on some relationships to make those things happen.
Give back. So, you got to give back. So where can we find out all this information? Everything A Major. Everything
A Major. Well, on social media, you can follow me on Facebook, A Major Music.
Okay.
Instagram, Twitter, A Major Music 864. And you can always visit my website, amajormusicsc.com. That's where you can sample some of my productions if you're an artist looking for anything. There's more to come. There's a lot more I got to get uploaded, but there's some out there for you to hear. That's also where you can get in contact with me if you're looking to get in touch with me for any of the services that I have, or looking to do a project or anything like that. You can contact me through there. But A Major Music 864, you'll find me.
And partofmygrind.com.
That's
of
right.
course.
Don't forget PMG.
Of course. Karen, you happy now, girl?
I see you, Miss Karen. I got something for you.
I think I'm about to start me a little mixtape too. Me and Karen always got this rivalry going on. I'm gonna pay you better than she did.
Okay.
All the ladies say ho. All the hoes say late. No, I'm just playing. This is why I don't rap. Otherwise, I could do the intro to my show Next Grind by myself. But that ain't my juge. However, I need you, PMG artists, to submit your original song for the intro of my show Next Grind. And if you're not a PMG artist and you would like to sign up, please do so at pardonmygrind.com. We got 3 packages for you, from beginner to ultimate grind. If it's hot, let me get it. Run me them songs. Run me that intro, baby. Ooh, I can feel it already. I need something like this, something like that. If you're going to put me to sleep, don't even worry about it. But holla at me though, pardonmygrind.com. Now, how that lying heifer gonna sit up here and tell a lie like that? That fool ain't got no money. Anytime she needs some, y'all come over my house, borrow something from me. PinkyLee ain't got no doggone money, honey. She can't buy nothing for no doggone mixtape. She can't even rap for real. And she doggone sure can't sing. I'm the talent one. Duh. That's why y'all need me here. But anyway, I'm gonna get on into it. Tell y'all what I was listening to this week. I was listening to this group called Blame the Youth. Now they got me right there with the title, because that's all I do. Anything wrong with the world, I think young people did it. I be so glad when everybody get old. These young folks get on my nerve. Y'all know I hate me some cheering. But the song I heard this week was called Earworm. Now, I don't know for real why they would name something after a song so nasty. But I tell you what, the song got that good diversity in it, like the groove. See, it start off with this nice smooth groove on now. Then by the minute it pick up with that rock. Then it get back smooth. Then it pick up with the rock again. See, it's like a little roller coaster, you know. Some might call it bipolar. But it got me. And I tell you what, it was good and refreshing to hear some real instruments. You know, just like with that Incognito, when they come to Charlotte, me and Agnes, we're going to go through there. And I'm going to watch them live, baby, yeah. Now, for more on Blame Them Youth, you go to pardonmygrind.com. Ha, I didn't mess it up this time.
Distant silhouette, faded vignette, wrapped in a warmth I'll never forget.
If y'all have never paid attention to anything I have ever said, I need y'all to really tune in on this thought of the week. This is Do Your Research Part 3, the relationship edition. Now, I ain't gonna really get into like you need to be with somebody a certain amount of time or, you know, do this before it's right and da da da. No, I ain't gonna get into all of that. Because really nowadays, you need to do your research as soon as you decide you like them like that and you want to be with them. Find out everything you can. You got to get your private eye on. You need to make sure y'all ain't got, you know, too many people in common or, you know, your people don't know too much about. Let me just stop. What I'm trying to say is I'm trying to find a nice way to say, make sure you ain't with a hoe. See, what's worse than being in like, you know, y'all forced to be together, you really don't like them, but y'all putting on for people, you know, that's a situationship. Or you've been with somebody for so long, you know, y'all got a couple of kids together, that's a might as well marriage. But what's worse than that is a hoe-ationship. Well, you know how embarrassing that is when you really like somebody, y'all fall in love with one, and you find out they're a hoe, and you find out you've really been single all this time. Y'all got to watch out, men and women. There's just some slick ones out here too. Oh, you got to watch them. Most of the time they was born in November or late October. Shade. But anyway, be careful. You better watch out for your business get put out. Till next grind, y'all.
Stop now. I can't stop. Now I see it in the sky and I just can't stop now.